following is my Module 8 assignment for my senior capstone CJS499 with Abraham Lincoln University. My name is Dustin Davis. This is my senior thesis PowerPoint. The United States enjoys the highest recidivism rates in the world. Currently in the United States, 44% of newly released prisoners reoffend within the first year. This is according to the National Institute of Justice. Also, 75% of prisoners will reoffend within the first 5 years. In Norway and Scandinavian countries, they have the lowest recidivism rates in the world and currently sit at 20%. Inability to find gainful employment, the inability to obtain adequate housing, and drug addiction that goes untreated are the top 3 leading factors that add to high recidivism rates in the United States. Scandinavians view prison terms and those incarcerated under a different microscope. At the time a person is convicted of a crime in Norway, provisions are in place for their release, and a plan is made so that this individual will not become a statistical recidivism individual. In the United States, once you are convicted of a felony, your felony will follow you forever as a criminal background and may be pulled up for potential job employment and for housing. This has been identified as some of the factors that decrease the felon's abilities to find the gainful employment and adequate housing, which in turn leads to increased recidivism rates. Currently in California, they have changed their laws that protect ex-felons from these predatory landlords and from employment opportunities, allowing them to have a life beyond the bars that confine them. After proving they have been rehabilitated, they can get back to a normal life and enjoy gainful employment and housing without restrictions. I performed 3 online surveys via questionnaires that targeted individuals from 3 different outlooks. One was from the general public, void of what their current jobs are or criminal background history. I targeted probation and parole officers, and I also targeted ex-criminals. With these questionnaires, they were asked a multitude of questions that were not biasing them towards a certain outcome. The final results are shown in the recidivism root causes diagram to the right-hand side. It identifies employment problems leading to recidivism rates as being the number 1 factor among those polled. Housing problems came in second, drug addictions came in third, and other non-identifiable factors came in as the last part. After compiling all the data, that came in from all the polling questions, and taking into consideration several different interviews that were conducted, we came up with a mathematical breakdown that shows 41% of the factors leading for recidivism, the elements, 41% was due to employment problems. This was employment problems and poverty all in one. Gainful employment would absolutely eliminate those, so they're all linked into one. Inadequate housing or being turned down for adequate living areas come in second at 28%. This also compiled those homeless individuals who reoffended due to not having places to live. In third place was, again, drug problems, untreated or unidentified substance abuse led to individuals being sent back to prison. This factor in itself is unacceptable. There's enough rehabilitation programs out there. These individuals were obviously lost in the system somewhere. Probation and parole officers, they also identified this factor as being one of the largest reasons why they violate the people under their care and send them back to prison. The system's broken. This is one of the reasons. And then 11% of other elements rounded out these, and these could be due from anything from family practices to just being linked with other felons that sent them back to prison. So after compiling all the evidence from our online polls with social media, having interviews with several ex-felons, 2 probation officers out of Highland County, Ohio, also participated, and several individuals at a shopping complex also answered some questions for our benefit. We also used the information available from other projects that were done. There was a few done, one out of Michigan, one out of California, and one out of Texas, that also showed the same information we were getting and backed up the original statement. But what really can be done? Not losing these people in the system, following them on their journey for rehabilitation beyond punishment, and starting the rehabilitation when they're convicted. Send them to programs while they're in prison, get them ready for their transition back into society. Make them aware of what they've done wrong, but at the same time give them a way to return to the population and be that person that they can be, which is a productive member of society. So how can we do that or affect change in leadership that could potentially bring about new laws that would protect these individuals, giving them these opportunities? Well, currently background checks happen, for decades. They show things that people have done wrong when they're 18 years old and follow them into their 50s and 60s. This is unacceptable. These people have shown that they have been rehabilitated. Their past lifestyle is not a current factor in their current lifestyle. So, enacting laws that would immediately allow these individuals past a certain time frame. The 7-year time frame has been suggested and is being tried in California currently. But allowing these individuals the opportunity to not have their criminal history searched past 7 years, or automatic expungements of their records if they can stay crime-free for 5 years or 7 years or even 10 years. Now there's been some suggestion that a few crimes should not be eligible for this. And that, of course, will need some more debate, but, pedophiles and sexual predators are what the general population identifies that they're most scared of living in their neighborhood or working beside them. Beyond that, it seems like everything else points to let's get these people rehabilitated, and after they have paid their debt to society, their time is up. They should be able to be productive without the hindrances of a criminal past or background. The next 2 pages list references that I used to compile this PowerPoint. You can look down through them. There's links to each of the websites on these. And I thank you very much for watching my PowerPoint. And if you can have some empathy for these individuals who are trying hard to do the right thing, and understand, not everybody who has made a wrong decision and gone to prison is still a bad person, and by no means are these individuals, dangerous to you after they have been rehabilitated and they have shown that they want to be that person, they want to be your neighbor.